Ladies and gentlemen, I did the research for you. I'm going to share with you different watches you can and should be purchasing for the different levels of your career. This video is going to highlight specific watches you may or may not know and particular price point. Now, I find all these timepieces to be extremely beautiful. The first level of most people's professional career is entry level. That's right, otherwise known as an intern. Interns. They don't make much money, if any, and they're just there to really learn and be helpful, right? However, I really love this category so much. These watches prove timepieces can be iconic and stunning at any price point. The first watch I thought of for an intern is a Bulova Jetstar, which is owned by the Citizen Watch Corporation. Now, this brand is Japanese, but it has American roots. The style is a gorgeous red or maybe magenta color. It's a course watch. It retails for $5.95. And I know Mr. Wonderful approves of this watch, so obviously it's a keeper. The next watch I recommend is the Laco, and I'm such a fan of a beautiful vintage watch that tell a story. This brand dates back to World War II. This is a Type B watch, which means the hours and the minutes have a different orientation than the Type A watch. The hours are actually on the inside, and the minutes are on the outside. So this watch retails for $410, and it is an automatic watch. Oof, it's timeless. Okay, the next level in the business hierarchy is the junior level position, as in the associate, assistant, or coordinator role. All of these watches are under $10K. The watch I thought of first is the Omega Sea Diver 300M 007 edition. It's a blue dial with a laser engraved waves. This watch is worn by James Bond in the 1995's GoldenEye. So the watch enthusiast himself, the handsome Pierce Brosnan, wore it. Stunning watch, great conversation starter, retails for $8,300. The second watch I would recommend is a Grand Seiko. You know what, I'm gonna say the Grand Seiko Heritage watch with a snowflake dial. Beautiful color, texture, and it's not just like a plain white. Now, I usually prefer a fluted bezel, but this dial can really give any collection that diversity. It retails for $6,600. Now, you've worked really hard, you have a little cash in your pocket, and you've been promoted to mid-level. You are a manager. You can and should be spending $10K or higher. For a manager, I'd have to go with a classic Rolex Submariner, something that matches everything and everyone. It's recognizable. I would say get a black dial with a black bezel. Classic everyday wear. You can wear it with your suit, you can wear it with jeans, anywhere you want. The next watch I recommend is gorgeous. It's extremely well known. It's an IWC Pilot's Watch Chronograph 41mm, and it actually retails around $8K, but because of how well known the IWC brand is, I would still recommend a manager purchase this watch. Now you're moving on up, you're so impressive, you have a little more power and a lot more money. Congratulations, you're an executive, you're a vice president. Now, it's getting fun because you have a lot more money to spend. I would recommend vice presidents spend around $20 to $25K range for a watch. As a vice president, I would advise you to purchase the A. Lange & Song. Please do not come for my pronunciation. Please get the Lange 1. Ugh, it's the white gold, the transparent back. Now, that's gonna get the higher ups to notice you. If you watch my last video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because executives do notice the watch that you have on your wrist. You know, I had to throw in another Rolex, this time a Rolex Cosmograph Daytona Panda Dial 40mm. This forever timeless Daytona Panda Dial on the Oyster bracelet is magnificent. There's no other word for it. This retails for around $15,000, so I know you can afford this, Vice President. And I am not stopping at executive. I know my viewers have more in them. You've put in the hours, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and now you're in the C-suite, the top leadership roles in a company. C-suite watches, ugh, you can really afford anything. I'm gonna say a Patek Philippe. Now, Patek can be off the charts expensive, so I would also recommend a Patek Philippe Nautilus 41mm, again with a blue sunburst dial and a white gold bracelet. This is a luxury sports watch and it retails for $72,000. Lastly, I would recommend an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, maybe a model like the self-winding chronograph, 41mm, stainless steel, retails for $38,000. Of course, there's one more position in your professional career, which most strive for and you'll never achieve. Most never achieve. And that is the ownership role. This elusive position is it's not for the faint of heart. These watches you're able to acquire though in this role are of course masterpieces. This is when money is of no object. These are people's grail watches. They pray to get these watches. I would say if you're an owner, get the FP Journe. This brand is elite, it's independent. Mr. Journe only makes 1,000 watches a year. So if you have the means and connections to get a Journe, then you have made it. If you can get your hands on a Journe, I personally love the Chronomet Sauvignon. This price is unlisted, which is kind of annoying, but more on that in a later video. My last recommendation, if you're an owner, I have to say is a Richard Mille RM. No watch is under $100,000. Somewhat of a tech watch and not my favorite stylistically, but that watch is gonna send a serious message. And a lot of athletes are also known to wear RM, so there's that. There are dozens of other watches, and these are just a few that have really caught my eye, which have diversity of dial and are well made and respected. I find all of these watches to be equally beautiful, no matter the price point. And please remember, this is an opinion piece, even though I think it's a correct opinion. Okay, comment below on the watch you love the best in each category, or just the watch you love the best, or if you think I missed one. And as always, thank you so much for watching.